subscriber video? Nah, this is your free video on YouTube. There's a big difference between the two, but it is your Spider ETF video, and this is for Monday evening, and this is August 22nd, 2022. All right, my friends, as we take a look at the markets, I said it in one of my other videos, I'll say it again, even a broken clock gets right twice a day, right? Think about that saying. I love it. But I wasn't broken. I've been calling for a trade top to develop in the stock indices, and I think that happened. You cannot say I have been anything but bearish AMC all the way through. I've been just a bear telling you this company, I don't see how they'll stay in business, and they're back to $10. 42% decline today. Come on, these are just monstrous numbers. Bed Bath & Beyond, Mr. Cohen, I would imagine that the SEC is going to be all over him. How did he know to get out and then the whole thing tanks? I'm not saying he did anything wrong, not even inferring it, but they'll be asking those questions. Apple, as we see, down $4 just about. Okay, but we have been talking. Why do you have to be there for the last penny? You've had a heck of a run. It's gone almost straight up. And there's a point at which some profits be taken. That's it. Why now? Because you got the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday. And the markets are scared. They don't know what to expect out of one man, and that is Fed Chair Powell. How aggressive is he going to be? Now, some think, like J.P. Morgan, they're saying one more 75 basis point hike, and that's it. You won't see those sizes again. They didn't say how many of 50 or 25, but many people think you'll end up at 3.5 to 3.75 on the Fed fund rate. We'll see. That infers you're going to get inflation down under that number. I don't know. I've got to see jobs data, CPI data. There's a lot coming. And, of course, Friday, let's deal with the first thing at 9 in the morning, the speech from Fed Chair Powell, and then the fallout from the speech over the weekend. He wasn't aggressive enough. He didn't have to be that aggressive. You know the different takes on it. What he said he can't follow through on, or no, he did just enough. Every which way you want. But when you get a market like the stock market that didn't believe in him and rallied from June right on till last week, that's a lot. Now you're getting a market that's correcting. Talk about corrections, NVIDIA, might as well move to that. And back and forth action, caught sort of in a trading range. Remember what it looks like here. When we get to the Bollinger Bands, you'll see what I'm talking about. The trend in it right now is down. Lower highs, lower lows. Market honing in on the 50-day moving average of closes. Serious resistance on way back up to 183.19 to 184.53. I would view that as where the pros, if they get a chance, they'll go short at those numbers. The support's right here, right where we're at right now, which is the Bollinger Band. So that combination with, as you saw, the 50-day, that's enough to get some short covering, I would think, in the marketplace. And then you look at momentum, which is down. So you have a live market in the sense that I think the pros want to go short in that 18-day average range. Stop right up here over 31.40, still looking for the 28.60 zone is my instinct in looking at the chart. Then AMC. You'll say, well, it all happened today. Did it now? When I step back on this chart, if you come back here on Thursday, you had closed under the 18-day average. You had closed under the 200. It opened the door for the possibility down here, trend down, bias down, momentum down. I'm not saying I knew it was going down there. I wish I could say I knew that. I didn't know that. And certainly, you're looking at Friday, I don't see anything that's going to hurt it except Cineworld was all through the news on Friday. And you hear about their bankruptcy. Why do I want to own this stock? Why are these companies going under? Did you read why Cineworld said it's going under? Quality of the movies aren't enough, and there's no more blockbusters in the chain coming down immediately. Their cash running out. What have I been saying would happen here is the kids all go back to school. Now in Illinois, they're back. Many parts of this school area, other parts of the country. So you're losing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, these kids going to movies, but there's not much for them to see anyways. And if I'm a parent, you know, I got Netflix, I got Hulu, I have YouTube. Why are we going there to spend that money to get you in, to buy your popcorn and all that? I can give it to you at home for free. This is what you're facing with all this. Keep that in the back of your mind. I expect troubles. Nothing goes down to just right away and collapses. That's not what I'm saying. I don't like what I see there, and I haven't all the way through. We then get into Apple. So let me see if I can move this. I'm not able to. As we were climbing, Ira kept telling you, I'm nervous about this. Now, as we step here, and I'm going to do this a couple of different ways, right through here. Here's the market on Thursday the 18th. This is Friday. You had not lost the embedded reading. So you still had some people probably buying this break. Today, that game's over. Now the market went to the 18-day average. It need not go any further than that, but if it continues down, there's no reason from the 160 to 157 level, the Bollinger Band bottom, that can't be attacked. I think it can. Disney. Well, if the movie theaters are no good, do you think the kids are still going here too? Same rationale in my mind goes with that. XLF, the financial services. Now here you started rolling over a long time back, if you and I come together right here. On Friday, you had a 78 reading. That's under 79. The way I teach it, you're out of all bullish positions. The odds are you're going to make a run for the 18-day average. It's exactly what I teach in my enhanced Bollinger Band course. There's rules you have to learn. They're not, oh, it's dicey this way, that way. There is no dicey. It's either the way the rule is or it isn't. This is the way the rule is. You'd have to go through that high to prove me wrong. Otherwise, I'm going to target that 18-day average of closes, and I've hit my target. Does that mean it has to stop here? Unfortunately, no, because you're not even close to getting oversold. You've just rolled over. You could open the door for a much bigger break if the market wants to do that. But this is the first support zone. Then we get to XLI. Well, it's the same thing. You know, you came in here, you start losing the embedded reading Friday, 77. Got to be out. You're looking for the 18-day average now. Okay. Enhanced Bollinger Band course, IraEpstein.com. XSD, the semiconductors. Well, I'm bearish this. Why wouldn't I be bearish NVIDIA? Same thing. So that's why I'm looking. But I'm not looking for a crash. I think it's going to find support 176.87 to 174.12. But everything's bearish on the chart. I think the pros will want to be short at 185.66 with stops over the 192.80 level. That wouldn't surprise me. Home builders. Well, all I keep reading about is how people are backing out of contracts, how rents are coming down, how people at Chicago, the headline was people being forced to move to lower priced areas, and they're doing such. They're finding ways to do it. Taxes in the city in Chicago are out of control. I'm talking real estate taxes. Stupidity taxes is what you want to call them. You don't get anything for all the money you're paying except crime here. Lower highs, lower lows, down to 61, 66, 60, 93, and yes, I'd like to move. XLE, the energy sector, higher lows, higher highs. Oh, embedded possibly happening. Interesting. So let's just see, did it do it? Both numbers over 80. Both numbers over 80. What about the day before? My gosh, Thursday too. So you have your embedded reading. Now, here's what you're dealing with in this. We don't know the way that the U.S. is going to help or not help our NATO and Eurozone friends. You do know that they want that Iranian oil, and by all means they're pressuring the president, our President Biden. If President Biden gives it to them, the field day that the Republicans will have with him at the upcoming primaries, and well, they're over, the upcoming elections in 2 months, it's going to be a field day. They will just go after him like there's no tomorrow. And then, obviously, if anything goes wrong, which I would expect between Iran not following through, they never follow through on whatever they agree to, the Republicans would have a heyday come the election time. On the other hand, the president's looking, and he can help with one hand all of our European friends, and the other hand, I think he gets us in bed with the devil. And I think we'll be burned by it. I think we'll get that stake shoved up, you know what. All right. Then we come to GLD. Well, you went to the upper band, you went sideways, now you fell to the lower band. This is not the spot to be short. This is the spot to cover shorts. Yeah. Oversold down to the Bollinger Band. Good spot to be lifting yourself out. Same in GDX. I have not been friendly GDX for a while. I'm still not friendly. I don't want to be short anymore. Now, if the market starts breaking out of the sideways action here and on this, I'll have to take another judgment. But I don't have a crystal ball. What I have is today, and that's what I'm seeing today. Let's get over here now to copper. Coming down. Copper's a funny market. You're reading about all the moves that China is making for their property sector. They have two areas that have gotten President Xi in serious trouble. His stance on COVID, which is ridiculous. Modern medicine will help him way more than shutting in neighborhoods, cities, 15 million, 20 million population cities, all the industry and area. It doesn't make sense. You've gone on a road that the world looks at you. You're not a leader with it. You're basically an outcast with it. Number two, their property market. How can he let that go? And it's in a terrible state. Today he threw $29 billion in aid to the developers so they can take the properties that there's mortgages on and finish them to deliver them. And now he's lowering mortgage rates for the people that are paying on those unfinished properties. In China, unlike the US, if you buy a home or a condo, the day you sign on the paper, even though it's not built, you're paying your mortgage. You're funding the property developer from the very beginning. Well, what happens if the developer gets in financial trouble, which they are? They don't get anything done. So those are the things, please, to pay attention with. Big problems. I'm not looking for a drop of any magnitude in copper. China consumes 50% of the world copper. They're going to get all these properties going and done. There'll be copper demand. So this is a nice correction in a downtrend. I'll wait for the signals as I want to see them. I'm going to give up trying to press the short side temporarily. AGG, well, you're down and under the Bollinger Band. I don't think you want to get short on that. UUP, the dollar. Do you want to buy it over an upper Bollinger Band? You only stay over the band 5% of the time. You buy it. I want to own the other side of it. I'm not saying I want to go short here. I know it's going to pull back under these numbers in the next 3 to 5 days. It seems to always do that. 95% of the time it pulls back into them. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. So for the 1, 2, 3 times a year that it goes 6 days or 7 days, not 5 over the band, I'll be wrong. All the other times I can build the casino. That's what Vegas is built on, those percentages that you look at. FXE, you're under the lower band. So what do you want to do? You better tell me you want to cover shorts because it's the same game plan there. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. I think that what I'm summing this up by saying is that there are a few markets that I do want to go short. On the rallies, you heard me say them, even the video, there's different plays here that I think could be made on good rallies. I'm not looking for something outrageous, but you also want to be nimble, and I don't know that I want to carry anything into Friday morning at 9 o'clock when Fed Chair Powell speaks. I got to think it through. I've given myself all the different scenarios. What you got to figure out isn't what I think, how's the market going to react to whatever he says, because it can go bonkers. It can go dramatically higher, dramatically lower. I don't know what's going to be said. I don't think he's going to be outlandish, but I think he's going to be forceful in everything that he says, and that's what I think you got to look at. Now, I'll help you cover that and get you to those points because at 5:30 in the morning, I record a video on futures. Why am I talking to you about that here? GLD, SIL, copper, QQQ, I can go on. USO, TLT. This is futures. That's what you're trading. They just call them an ETF, but they're based on the futures markets, okay? So you work with that. You get that video at 5:30 telling you buy here, sell there. Then I do an ETF video with everything you're seeing me cover and a heck of a lot more. There's 40 charts. Technical analysis, fundamentals thrown into it, logic thrown into it, entry, exit, stops, profit objectives, trade concepts that go with it, and logic, okay? Very important. I'm not a machine. I don't look at a chart, oh, it's got to be bought, it's got to be sold. Logic. There are times I walk away. I did that recently. It's okay. I'll live to fight another day. You can't catch every single move. Nobody can. So if you'd like to learn more about this, it's so simple. Just go to our website, go under the word research. It's all laid out for you there. With that, I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourselves a great day. I will see you all tomorrow. Trade well.